Hello, welcome to Soulprint Intuitive Tarot. I'm so glad you have found me and are joining me for a few moments. It's lovely. I welcome all of my viewers and all of my new subscribers. It's amazing. And I especially want to send a hello out to those of you in New Zealand, Australia, and the United Kingdom. It's so cool for me to know that my little voice is reaching that far and that people are enjoying what they find on this channel. So thank you very much. So probably like most of you, you woke up at some point or yesterday, or you were awake at some point yesterday, whatever, and you heard the expression cocked and loaded. And if you're like me, you rolled your eyes and was like, for God's sakes, can the man not even get a basic expression correct? Sorry about that, barking dog. So, cocked and loaded. And then, a little bit later in the day, I hear this story about the writer, I believe it's E. Jean Carroll. Nice if I could read my own writing, eh? And the irony of the misspelling or perhaps Freudian slip just struck me as a little bit humorous. So, I have a question. And the question is, what else can you tell us about the alleged assault? Did it happen? Is this lady have some ulterior motive that's, doesn't weigh well on her side? Just a little bit more information on, what's going on with that story. And I guess ultimately the question is, what kind of an impact is it going to have on Trump and on voters? And, intuitively, I kind of feel like, it's not going to make a damn bit of difference to his base, but it's going to continue making a huge difference to independent women who are perhaps undecided or not quite sure which way they're going. These continual stories of these assaults and this degradation and that his just behavior, at some point that snowball gets big enough to actually crush stuff. Okay, down it comes, and we're going to give it a quick shuffle, and then we're going to ask the question. Here we go. 2 really quick shuffles. Okay. Trump sexual assaults. Trump sexual assaults. Trump sexual assaults. No, not surprising. 5 of Cups there. All right, so we're starting with, the 5 of Cups. And even though for those of us who would really just like to see this man kind of stick his tail between his legs and tootle off somewhere, so we don't necessarily see it, but what is happening is that within his circle, within his grouping of friends, there are some equally vile men who think that his behavior is fine because probably that's the same behavior that they have indulged in. But more and more and more, Trump is getting left out in the cold. People are getting tired of it. They don't want to be sort of associated with somebody who appears to be accused of being like a serial sexual assault machine. It's ridiculous. And so slowly but surely, he is losing, It's not the base so much, it's his friends. It's those people that he counts on, the one he talks to morning, noon, and night when he's not busy, being a president. Some of those people are actually starting to pull away, and that coupled with of course I would take dirt on my opponent from the Russians or the Norwegians, of course. All of it. It's, this new, the Iran thing, that really erratic behavior. And honestly, I'm sorry if people don't agree with me, but I actually think the whole thing was like a publicity stunt. I don't believe those planes were ever in the air, and nor were they ever going to be in the air. He just wanted to play, episode by episode president. This piece of news may have a bit of a delayed impact, so maybe right now it kind of gets maybe lost a little bit in the incredibly fast, ridiculously insane news cycle we're all watching. But I have a feeling that at some point it may very well circle back. It could just be that, some of the people that she told contemporaneously may actually make, really public statements to confirm what she said. I'm not sure, but it feels almost like there's kind of a little bit of a pause. And then this story sort of starts to expand a bit. She wanted to keep the conversation going. I believe that was really the motivation behind the book and the motivation behind the magazine article. And of course, the magazine article was timed to come out at the same time as the book's release, that kind of thing. I get that. But the motivation behind actually writing the book and actually, doing the newspaper article the way she did, it was really to keep a conversation going. It was to sort of hit once again with a big stick and keep that conversation going. She does not want bad behavior by a few men to paint a wide brush, but nor does she think that it should just be ignored, accepted. So she wants very much to keep that whole conversation going about behaviors appropriate and inappropriate. And she'll accomplish it. It's going to move forward. The conversation will continue, and it's going to go forward. Trump, of course, is spewing his typical, you're attacking me, I don't like it, I'm feeling really defensive, and so I'm going to spin a story that is so ridiculously not credible, and I'm going to tell myself it is credible, and I'm going to tell myself everybody believes me. I caught a little bit of, I think it was that Chuck Todd interview, and he's saying, no, it wasn't, it was the Telemundo one. And they had a little clips of it, and the guy's saying, you separated all these families, and Trump is like, no, I brought them back together. That's what I did. It's like, it's getting more and more frightening to try to understand the world that he actually lives in. But it doesn't kind of matter in some ways, because wow, women unite. Women are getting stronger and stronger. They are voting in record numbers. They are encouraging their friends to vote. They are far more informed and knowledgeable of the issues, now than they were 12 months ago or 18 months ago. It is a female energy powered movement going forward. And that's a good thing, because it balances, some of the sort of negative, or not negative, but heavier, more protective and attack kind of energy of men. And it balances off with a bit more softness and nurturing. And why don't we just kind of try taking care of some people and see if that doesn't make America again. So, secrets, women know his secrets. And I would venture to say, believe it or not, that there could very well be a few more women that come forward and say, yeah, you know what? He was like cocked and loaded with me too. I love that play. It slays me. Every time I say it, it makes me laugh. Eventually, it will be his downfall. It's not going to be the thing that causes his downfall. It's going to be one of the stabs in the heart that sort of accumulate to bring down his reputation, and by extension, then his power. You know, part of, I think, what we need to look forward to or look at going forward is when Trump leaves office, his reputation really does need to be as torn down and as in tatters as it can possibly be made. You know, he needs to be at a point where people just like, they don't even listen to him. They don't want to hear what he has to say. Because, you know, if not, if he has enough of a base and enough of a microphone, he is going to create an unending blitz of, you know, attack on whoever the next president, vice president are. It's sort of going to become another birther movement, right? He'll find something, he'll blow it up, he'll put oxygen into it, on and on and on. And before you know, it's this big crazy story, and now people believe it because they've heard so much about it. So his reputation has to be destroyed. It's not just about getting him out of the White House. It's about making sure that at the end of it, he does not have a platform to stand on to continue to spew his insanity. Pretty much without exception, the story the women tell is accurate. And they feel that it's time for him to own up to the mistakes and the behaviors of the past and walk away. So, yep, it's all about, you know, he worries at night, he acts like the fool, distract, all to keep up this ridiculous illusion of his happy little life that nobody believes is happy, and I don't actually think anybody believes is even sane anymore. So, that's my reading on Cocked and Loaded. I hope you enjoy it. Once again, thank you so very, very much for the likes and the views and the subscribes and the comments. They're fabulous, and I really, really enjoy them. So, for now, take care, be well, and I'll see you soon. Bye.